Morning, brothers and sisters. Let us start now. A warm welcome to our masters, Brother Huang, Hualien Dharma team, and brothers and sisters around the globe for Saturday Hualien Dharma talk. Let us start the session for today. Recently, disasters have happened so rampantly one after another due to the great imbalance of four elements. Now, with the COVID-19 pandemic around the world, Masters have great concern and earnestly urge everyone to repent and adopt vegetarian meal and to protect life and cultivate our great love to living beings and for the goodness of society and the world. Now, let us send our sincere prayers into the 10 directions. May the Sahara land be free from disaster and peace prevails in the world. Let us sing the prayer song with sincere piousness.
In my heart, I feel deep gratefulness. All my heart is filled with sincere prayer. From all corners of the world, let us join our hearts and pray for a world of harmony and peace. From my heart, I pray. May we join our hands, our hearts as one. Spread the seeds of great love, nurture wisdom evermore. Let us fill the world with hope. In my heart, I feel deep gratefulness. May all the Buddhas know my prayer. All united with one heart, let us end our hate with love. May there be no suffering hereafter.
May all minds be purified. May there be peace in the community. May there be no disasters in this world. Now let us pray together for universal love and blessing. With loving respect, gratitude, and confidence, let us wish every person in our life a healthy body, an enlightened mind, and a total fulfillment in universal love. Now let us expand this consciousness to include every person in the world, every being in the universe. Let our unified love make this wonderful world even better. Let us all immerse ourselves in the joyful embrace of universal love. 感恩。 Before we hear to the wonderful sharing, let us invite our board masters to lead us in paying homage to Triple Gems. Let us pay our respects for these teachings and explanations to the Buddha and Master Cheng Yen by making 3 sincere bows. Please rise, palms together. First bow. Second bow. Third bow. And a bow to our beloved Abode Masters who could join us today. All right, today we have Mr. Hong Li and Master De Huang who will be sharing with us. Yeah, before we have they are sharing, let us invite Sister Su Ching for the weekly summary. Sister Su Ching, over to you. And then.
Hi, good morning, everyone. Wait a minute. Y'all can see my. Wait, hold on. Okay, let me blur that down. Oh no, why so slow? Give me a sec, yeah. Just a few moments.
Sure.
Okay, that's better. Okay, share screen. So last week we had Brother Su Ching, and hold on, let me just move this. Master asked how we can accept that Lumbini is so poor when it is Buddha's birthplace. In response, a team of Malaysians and Singaporeans have been going back to check out the space. In many ways, Lumbini looked like a place frozen in time, with housing at its minimum, and poverty so rampant that in spite of tourism, the economy gained no significant momentum. Antiquated agricultural methods, and many households without electricity, very basic classrooms and children studying under trees in stripped bare facilities. Piles and piles of garbage is such a problem in Lumbini. Work in Buddha's homeland appears to be wrought with difficulties. It is true that a journey of 1,000 steps begin with one, and that is where the team started. Taking 1 and then 2 and then 3 families, concentrating on education is time-tested. When the team sincerely began to help, many paths were paved along the way. Blessings beget blessings, and people started positively influencing others in things they do and say. Slowly but surely, a step at a time, a prefabricated home here and there fence in school. The groundwork for building the Great Love Village in Lumbini has started with just love as tools. Then we had Brother David come. There was no Q&A, but Brother David spoke of many things. But the gist of it is this: our minds must not be rigid, or the lessons in the challenge will be missed. Every problem has its root cause, and that is what we need to address. Insisting a past solution is like putting a square peg into a circle, which is in itself a lot of stress. 2 principles that we need to remember, and they are adaptability and flexibility. The first is the ability to adapt to circumstances easily. The second is knowing how to change the self when circumstances cannot alter. Flexibility is the application of skillful means, which over time we can begin to master. That's it from me. I'll hand over to Sister Su Ching to introduce the next speaker, Nathan.
Sister Lily and Sister Su Ching for the great start and the summary. Very the most respected Sangren, both brothers and sisters, wonderful morning, Saturday morning, and most grateful to those to brothers and sisters who are very diligent, wakes up and listen to today's master's first session on chapter 9. And today's the topic that we are listening is on predictions for those at and beyond learning. Masters, as usual, it's truly inconceivable. The Saturday morning session always connect to seems to always connect to the wisdom at dawn. Masters say great vehicle practitioners at and beyond the stage of learning. Bodhisattvas in the 10 grounds are at the stage of learning. We begin to form great vehicle aspirations. Master said Bodhisattvas in the 10 grounds are the great vehicle practitioners. They start from this ground of joy, the first ground. With great joy and great willingness, they agree to go among people. Because they have accepted and fully comprehended these teachings, they realize Buddha's intent. They are willing and they are joyful. They have faith in themselves. So when they are among people, they never become defiled by sentient beings. Haven't taken the Dharma to heart. They are at ease, and it connected so well to me, to Sister Hong Li, who will share with us her touching moments with Tzu Chi. Sister Hong Li, we know that she started to be inspired during the Indonesia-Malaysia entrepreneur event in 2019. We always know that the way to the heart is through the stomach, and vegetarianism is the cause for this point of time. The fastest way to save planet Earth is through everyone observing vegetarianism. As such, we all know Sister Hong Li is a great promoter and always come up front whenever it comes to vegetarian promotion, be it 21 days of bento of love, creating good affinities and saving Mother Earth through this effort. And before we invite Sister Hong Li, maybe let me share. I think everyone is aware. For those who are not yet aware, Sister Hong Li has this restaurant that she's converting to full vegetarianism. Vegetarian restaurants. The opening on 11 November, we invite everyone to go and support. There will be a 20% discount from 11 November until 18 November. Okay, without much ado, let us welcome Sister Hong Li. Okay, Sister Hong Li, the floor is yours, Karen. Okay.
Thank you, Su Ching. Sangren, Abode Masters, brothers and sisters, good morning. I'm Hong Li from EG Group, Satya Alam. As Sister Tzu Chi mentioned, I was first invited to 2019 Indonesia-Malaysia Entrepreneur Workshop, which was my first Tzu Chi official activity. After attending the workshop, I was truly touched by the way Tzu Chi implements charity. First of all, I think the way Tzu Chi did disaster relief is really unsurpassed. Volunteers were so selfless, full of love, and most importantly, helping everyone, regardless of race and religion. The support given was full of wisdom in the way that the victims needed most. And I think Tzu Chi never would give up on anyone until we knew that the person was back up on their feet. Most importantly, Sangren had, due to Sangren's wisdom, Tzu Chi had the bamboo bank. And this method really impressed me because in addition to the normal way we do charity to help people with their physical needs, with the bamboo bank, Tzu Chi could help as many people as possible learn to cultivate love. And I think this was the turning point needed to truly help a person in the long term.
Sister,
Yeah.
sharing slide.
Sorry, can you hear me?
Yeah, Sister, are you Sister will share slide, right? Your PowerPoint.
Yeah, sorry. So I should share my slides, is it? Okay, let me put on my slides. So I will share screen. Okay. Yeah, so I was talking about the bamboo bank and how I was touched by Sangren's wisdom in creating this bamboo bank, because by helping recipients to cultivate giving every day, we can really change their karma, their fate, and their destiny. So this was a long-term impact on not only their current life, but their future lives as well. I was really impressed and decided to study more about Tzu Chi and contribute as much as I could. After the entrepreneur event, I was invited to my neighbor, Su Ching's missionary home. And after a vegetarian dinner, she played a video of the monk and the purple golden bowl story. The moment the video switched on, I heard Sangren's voice ask everyone, 你的心有安吗? Our hearts at peace and at ease. Sangren's voice penetrated deep into my heart, because I felt that at the moment my heart was truly not at peace. Due to conflict between my husband and my son, I think we had quite serious disharmony at home, and we had recently decided to separate or divorce. As Sangren continued, she mentioned that in practicing Buddhism, we must learn to focus and still our minds. If we wish to benefit others or help others, we must train ourselves to be at peace and at ease no matter what circumstances we face. Because without wisdom, we can never be free. I listened intently to the video. The video was a story about an elderly, very well respected and well cultivated monk who was not easily distracted by anything except a purple golden bowl that was gifted to him by the king. So the monk, who was not attached to anything except this golden bowl, would carry this bowl everywhere around with him. One day, the king of hell found that the time for his life in the human world would end. And he sent 2 hell wardens to bring the monk back to hell. But when the hell wardens went to earth, they could not find the monk anywhere. In despair, they were afraid they could not finish their job. So they approached the earth god for his help. And when the earth god met them, he told them that this monk has actually attained true liberation. So when he enters deep meditation, his soul left his body and they could not find him. However, what the monk loves the most is this purple golden bowl. And if the hell wardens were to knock on the golden bowl, his soul may return. Listening to this, the hell wardens searched for the monk's purple golden bowl and knocked 3 times. Ding, ding, ding. When they knocked on the bowl, the monk, because of his attachment, heard the sound and he was thinking, who's messing around with his bowl? Due to his affliction, his soul returned to his body and the wardens were able to catch him. They said, you still cling to things of this world. That's why you cannot be liberated. That's why you are not truly liberated. The monk realized what had happened and took out his bowl. He said, it's because of you that my mind cannot be free. I have cultivated for decades, yet I still have affliction because of you. With that, he took the bowl and smashed it on the floor. When I saw that, I was really shocked. And I didn't expect the story to take that turn. After he smashed the bowl, he quickly went back to his seat and entered into meditation again. So the hell wardens lost him. When the story ended, Sangren explained, this story reminds us that even if we have the slightest bit of affliction, it will cover up our bright, shining nature. If we don't eliminate afflictions, it's hard for our mind to be free. So all of us need to be diligent in cultivating the Dharma. Sangren's words truly moved me. When I got back home that night, I stood in front of my car porch and it suddenly dawned on me. The problems that I have been facing were in fact due to my attachment. I had always not wanted to get married, so I felt that I was not too attached to my marriage. But I realized that my husband was actually my purple golden bowl. In my younger days, I had always been fairly cool and calm person. It was quite hard to make me angry, no matter what anybody does. But somehow after marriage, I became much more emotional. And I used to blame my husband saying, you know, nobody can make me angry, but how come you are the only one who make me cry a lot and get so upset? So you are the problem. But watching this story and Sangren's lecture made me realize that perhaps it was my attachment or my over-attachment that caused my emotion to be more unstable. I decided to train my mind to stay calm, no matter what the circumstance, and truly let go of my attachments. Even though I did not say anything to him, things gradually got better by themselves. And his problem with my son and all the scoldings and crying that my son used to have problems with stopped. I was truly amazed by the miraculous power of Dharma. They say the power of Dharma or Buddha Dharma is truly inconceivable. And I experienced this and felt truly grateful to Master Ching Yen and Tzu Chi for saving my family and my marriage. I realized that Tzu Chi is so much more than a charity organization, but also the source of wonderful Dharma treasure. It was then that I decided I would commit myself more and train as a Jianxi and started to recruit donors for Tzu Chi. The next year, MCO happened and we faced the COVID-19 pandemic. At that time, my restaurant business crashed as many other businesses suffered the same fate. I faced a very difficult financial situation. Since young, I was born with a kind of silver spoon in my mouth and never had to worry about money. However, during MCO, I faced the worst financial crisis of my life and thought that I may actually go bankrupt. However, as they say, every cloud has a silver lining. Due to the MCO, I did not have to go to work and stayed at home. As such, I had more time with my family and started to study Dharma and started to say daily prayer again, as I used to when I was young. Gradually, I felt my mind getting calmer and calmer. And I took the opportunity to participate in the Lotus Sutra study group. And this is the picture of my Lotus Sutra study mates. Those times I truly cherished and fell in love with the Lotus Sutra. When it came to Wisdom of Dawn, episode 4, I heard Sangren's lecture on a journey of 1,000 miles. Sangren said, in every journey we take, such as the journey of our life, if we were to walk a long distance such as 1,000 miles, at the start of the journey, the most important thing we need to do is orient our compass in the right direction. This orientation needs to be done very carefully and very precisely, because even if we skew our axis by a little bit, we may think that it doesn't matter because it may be 1 degree or even 0.1 degree. But after walking a long distance, like 1,000 miles, the final result will be 1,000 times difference. When I heard this, it dawned on me that what Sangren said was so true. I had not oriented my life carefully enough, and around 10 years ago had made the wrong decision to open a restaurant. In fact, when I was younger, I was quite religious and turned vegetarian during secondary school. I used to chant the Great Compassion mantra every day, morning and night. And when I was about to open my business, in fact, I wanted to make it a bakery or bread shop because I wanted to avoid selling meat. However, upon urging by family members, I decided to compromise a little bit and included some preserved items such as ham or sausage in the menu. I think this was the first step that I started to go wrong. After continuing, due to financial circumstances, we had no choice but to expand the menu. When I first did this, I felt very uncomfortable inside and guilty. But as years went by, the business grew and grew, and I gradually lost this feeling. I think I lost my original self bit by bit. However, when I heard Sangren's words, she brought me back to my younger days, and I wanted to change myself. I really felt that I had made the wrong decision, and I was sad and regretful. Unfortunately, due to financial circumstances at the time, I could not immediately change my restaurant to vegetarian. During that time, MCO, a lot of friends and my family started to urge me to do alternatives to survive, such as some people suggested me to pack frozen salmon to sell, or to make bak chang, or I think my sister said that many people were freezing pork curry and things like that, and I should do something like that. But whenever I thought of doing that, somehow I kept hearing Sangren's voice in my mind. I had listened to a lecture she said, and I remember so clearly the words, even if you have made a mistake in the past, you cannot change it, but whatever you do in the future, you should not repeat the same mistake. These words kept playing in my mind, and I decided that even if I cannot change my restaurant to fully vegetarian, which was a mistake I made in the past, whatever I did from now on should be in the right way. I started to research vegetarian recipes and created a vegetarian menu in both my restaurants. I decided to do whatever I can to promote plant-based, and created Eliseo, bento delivery. I think some of you may be familiar with Eliseo. And after that, I also started to cook Bento of Love and 21 Days Health Challenge. Since last year until now, have tried my best to cook plant-based food for my friends, neighbors, family, and also for Bento of Love and the Health Challenge. Recently, when I was asked to share, I counted back the number of meals cooked and was really surprised that have done about 18,000 vegetarian bentos. Around this time, I received an unexpected breakthrough. I had a property that could not be rented out, but recently I could rent it out. And so because of that, I was really grateful that I could make the decision to change my original restaurant, Emilio, to stop serving meat. And we are under renovation now, and we'll change to vegetarian opening on the 11th of November. These are some of the dishes that were created for Eliseo launch. Okay. I'm truly grateful to Master Ching Yan and Tzu Chi and all my brothers and sisters who helped and supported along the way. Starting from my JXPX group, I think you can see my group mates whom I still feel close to until today. My Lotus Sutra study group, and my mentors, Sis Yvonne, Sis Visan, Sis Wendy, and Sis Xiangxin. I'm truly grateful to Tzu Chi and Master Ching Yan for creating such a wonderful organization that has the structure, the means, and the wonderful Dharma, which I truly believe is a very effective vehicle that all of us can join together to live for love and help as many people as possible. Okay. Thank you so much.
For the more heartfelt and warm sharing. Wow, I'm sure all of us, those who have tried sisters' food, the restaurants' food will definitely vouch about how wonderful it is, and many are inspired, even embrace vegetarian because of sisters' effort. Okay, we still have time because Master Huang Sifu, she's master is still on duty until 7:15. Maybe we open to the ground. Anyone have any questions? Or sister, only you wish to, if sister wish to share more on this, these conversions to vegetarians and the discount the foods are available. Please, sister, we have some time.
Oh, sorry, sis, I ended a bit early.
No worry, no worry.
Yeah, a bit nervous also. But
you did very well, very good.
Yeah. We are under renovation now, and we will reopen on 11 November, which is Friday. Mainly the new cafe will be Western food. So we will have breakfast starting from 9 a.m. We will serve breakfast sets. We have latte, coffee, drinks, and pasta. You saw some photos of the pasta. We have separated the menu to vegetarian and also vegan. So the vegan items have been marked with V in case some people prefer to eat without the without egg and milk and cream. We also this time, I think a lot of people are used to us cooking with onion and garlic, but about 70% of the menu for the new opening will be without onion and garlic. So I have converted the recipes wherever I can to remove the onion and garlic if they are not the main ingredient. And those that I really cannot change, we label clearly with onion symbol. Yeah. I think it's the next slide.
The next
The next one.
I'm sure everyone are like feeling hungry already.
Another one. The next slide again.
This.
Yeah, I think these are the dishes. Some of the dishes from the new menu.
I ask, okay, it's for now, we still have time.
Yeah.
How does the sister get ideas for this? Or sister is the sole person who think of these new recipes, or there are others contributors?
Oh, a lot of my ideas come from books, and sometimes when I eat out, so I will, if I find something nice, I will try to convert the recipe to vegetarian. Sometimes when I think quite hard, I get some inspiration to do some new dishes. So some of these are some fusion dishes that I felt inspired to do for Eliseo opening.
Sister, it's all based, is it? There's no mock meat here, is it?
I will say that more than 90% is plant-based. There are some small amounts of, for example, breakfast, we do use in certain dishes, maybe plant-based ham, but any kind of like plant-based like ham or plant-based chicken we use, we choose brands that are completely natural, meaning that there's no MSG, no artificial color, no preservatives. So we won't use any ingredients that contain these preservatives or MSG. So the food is quite healthy.
Wow. Okay, how?
Yeah.
Sister, you still involved in 21 days and Bento of Love?
Yes, still cooking
Wow.
21 days. So
Okay.
actually, I just finished cooking 21 days on a few days ago, last Wednesday. So I have about 1.5 weeks to prepare for this opening. It's quite rushed. And in fact, after opening, I will be also starting the Kepung Bento of Love in
Wow.
towards the middle end of November.
Okay, everyone heard, can order from Sister Hongli. Okay, okay, maybe we open to the floor. Any questions, please feel free, or any insights, those who have tried Sister Hongli's food, can also give your comment. I tried Sister Hongli's Bento of Love and we went to the restaurant. It's not too far. It's really wonderful. How? Okay, Sister Irene, come. Maybe
Yeah, I have been to Sister Hongli's 2 restaurants, both also very nice. She will serve vegetarian food for us. Her nasi lemak is wonderful. I love tempeh.
yeah.
It's very nice. So do go and try. And Sister Hongli, so all in you will have 3 restaurants now with the birth of this new plant-based vegetarian restaurant?
Oh, thank you, Sis Irene. Actually, no. The whole purpose of opening Eliseo was actually to stop my non-vegetarian restaurant. So I closed my non-vegetarian restaurant a few days ago. The name was Emilio, and this was my first cafe that I started 10 years ago. So in a way, I felt that I was turning back the clock, you know, to 10 years ago when I first made the wrong decision to add meat items into the menu. And even though I felt I wasted the last 10 years of my life doing the wrong thing, but nevertheless, I'm glad, you know, Tzu Chi helped me back on the right path. So we closed Emilio a few days ago and then started the renovation. So now the contractor is hacking the kitchen and we're putting in some new things. When I built this restaurant, I didn't envisage having a full menu in a restaurant. It was supposed to be a bread kind of cafe. So the kitchen is very, very small. It's super squash. And so this time we will expand the kitchen so that it has the capacity to cook for Bento of Love as well.
Wow.
感恩. We shall all place order. Even if cannot go there, can order delivery.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you, Sis Kan to everyone. Yeah.
No. We heard comment from I think it's Sister Chu Bikiao. If can please welcome to share. I'm sure I think Sister Chu Bikiao is it has tried before. Oh, someone asked Sister Su Ching asked, what does Eliseo means?
Good question. Well, actually, Eliseo does not have a specific meaning, but it's a name of another place that I started that it's not around anymore. So this name was already trademarked. Emilio actually means work on behalf of the Lord. So when I started the Emilio, my intention was originally to create a business that can help more people. I wanted to be an employer who can if possible, I wanted to hire families, staff from lower income family, and play a part to change their life. And I thought that, if the business was doing well, the profit could support, to help the less fortunate. So the intention was good, but I think executed in the wrong way. Yeah, at the time.
Yeah, we under causes and conditions. Now open. It's never too late.
Yeah, it happened 10 years too late, but as you say, I'm grateful, really grateful to Sangren, and Tzu Chi for putting me back to the right path.
Sister Irene.
Yeah, can I say I'm so touched by what Sister Hong said, because not only she take up the courage to change her existing restaurant to vegetarian restaurant, but what I hear just now really touches me, that she has such great loving heart that she want to employ family, probably of the poor, to give them a chance to work. Sister Hong, I'm really so touched by you. Cảm ơn ạ. Cảm ơn.
Yeah, truly, we are all most grateful to Sangren saving us one way or another, and today very grateful. It's Sister Hong Li, and with her magic hand, she can transform the foods into very nice vegetarian meals. Which reminds me of this. I think recent in Tzu Chi US, they organized a forum near the UN base. They discuss a lot of topics on the climate change, plastic, a lot of topics. But comes to vegetarian, no one can really share their experiences except Tzu Chi. And one volunteer mentioned about not volunteer. This is, I think, from one of the NGOs. They managed to convince one of the Asia countries. The government agreed to adopt 1 day veggie in the country, and they started from the school. I think they tried at the school. The response was so poor that the foods went wasted, and the parents complained. So this person asked for help from Tzu Chi. Then Tzu Chi volunteer said to us, vegetarianism, promoting it is like breathing is very important, and how can we be successful? Because the food cooked is cooked by the person who are vegetarian itself. They themselves also vegetarian. They cook at home, and we have it in the hospital and all the activities. Maybe for them, then it's found out that I think they do it in a hurry way. So once a week they cook. They engage chefs who are meat eater, and ask these people suddenly to think and rush out the ideas and cook the food. So we can imagine could be a lot of mock things coming out, and the way they cook is because they have no experience in it. That's why the students are not eating it. So that's at this during the forum, they had it at the city office. So they also serve the vegetarian snack. So everyone say, oh yeah, the food that we eating is so wonderful, we don't even realize it's vegetarian food. That's why Sister Hong Li, your presence and your inspirations will really benefit a lot of people, because first the food must be nice.
Thank you so much, sis. I think I'm not the only one, because I know many Tzu Chi sisters and brothers who are really good at cooking also. I think in the Cooking Dharma group, which is a really nice group, can really see Tzu Chi sisters are so creative in their dishes. And I think this is one of the nice part about Tzu Chi. I think the Sangha is very sincere and full of love. So that comes out in the food. Is one of the aspects only. But it comes out in all the aspects of the organization, such as the way we do charity and all. And
And okay, someone mentioned about there's someone raising the hand. Please feel free to share your insights.
Since I'm waiting for you to open a branch in KL, not just but so far.
Hong Li, we are waiting for Sister Hong Li to expand.
Thank you, thank you. Try my best to take care of this first one well first. Maybe next time, yeah.
Looking forward. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you. Yeah.
Yeah. Whoever is keen, please can join Sister Hongli and learn also. And okay, let us okay, we still have time. I think Master the Huang still have something on. I'm not sure. Sister YY, if Sister YY, we should share some sign language song. Actually, we have one latest sign language song. We have yet to unveil to the public. I'm not sure. Maybe today, wow, everyone is here, so fortunate. We share with you first. Sister YY, okay, ma? Okay, I'm not asking Sister YY permission. Okay, this one we have yet to.
The one not yet. Maybe I don't know. Wait for the appropriate time.
Okay, then we share the past the sign language. Maybe we use this time to do a short promo for this sign. There's this English group sign language team where they have learned and also recorded a few sign language songs. Maybe let us try to find the song. Hey, Sister YY, I think we did a few already.
The previous one, is it?
Yeah, can share, can try.
Okay, let me try.
Okay, wait for a while. We watch back at the footprints of this sign language team. The presentation, it was born during the pandemic times. Just like this Sister Hongli is inspired during the pandemic time. During this difficult times, we always hear the affliction is the body. When we have a lot of impurities, the aspired volunteers and they will be inspired to do things. So we have vegetarian, like Sister promotion, like Sister Hongli, and then the sign language during that time, because a lot of people are locked up in a way at home. So during that time, we attend a lot of lotus blooming. We also started to form groups to learn sign language. Because by doing sign language, hopefully all the master's wonderful teachings will immerse and penetrate our heart. They will have 5 songs of Sister, and many of us here, we are the students of Sister YY. Okay, the latest one just a brief sharing. Okay, we will unveil it when Brother Joe is back from the tour. Brother Joe is still with masters on this tour. These songs is participated by the most volunteers. It's about the 千手观音, 1,000 hands of Guan Yin. I think many of us here also joined that the assignment.
Sister Su Ching, how about this gratitude, respect, and love?
Please, can share. I think we have a few songs can share first.
The latest one during the Jing Jing class, religion class, on stage 1.
Oh, you have
代谢不住
please share, Sister. This one is
okay, maybe that one first.
Get everyone ready for the December Grand Sutra adaptation performance. Okay, over to you, Sister YY. Yeah, you share a few these few. for those who missed the last diligence days, now can watch. That was the day I think Sister Holy shared, and also we have this group from North and Central, I think, join force to perform. This is one of the songs for December Sutra adaptation. Tai Xie Fu Zhu is Suo Hua Ping is from chapter of expounding Dharma, Sutra of infinite meaning. The words are the same, but sentient beings' understanding is different. The nature of the Dharma does not differ, but sentient beings that move through the four states of existence. This sutra is true in words and principle and supremely honored. One gives rise to infinity. Infinity arises from one. When the Buddha Dharma is taught widely, sentient beings everywhere respond. This is the profound, unsurpassed great vehicle. This is the profound, unsurpassed great vehicle, the Sutra of infinite meanings that Bodhisattvas needs to practice. Okay, 好，感恩。Okay, over to you, Sister YY, for the next 感恩。
Sorry, brothers and sisters, can hear the sound or not?
Can, Sister?
Okay, 感恩。
爱好自己的心，在感恩中付出。慈爱是报恩，付出是感恩。用尊重心对待，不分别他你我，和谐具孝爱，尊重承担。感恩是水，尊重是河，爱是广阔的海，滋润生命不再有阴霾。感恩是水，尊重是河，感恩尊重向世界洒满爱。爱好自己的心，在感恩中付出。慈爱是报恩，付出是感恩。用尊重心对待，不分别他你我，和谐具孝爱，尊重承担。广阔的海，滋润生命不再有阴霾。感恩是水，尊重是河，感恩尊重向世界洒满爱。感恩是水。 滋润生命不再有阴霾。尊重是感恩尊重向世界洒满。
Oh, no, Sister YY. There are many others, many more songs. But before we move to the next song, while waiting for Master De Huang, I think Brother Chris has a question for Sister Hong Li. Brother Chris asks, can share how Sister managed to be vegetarian when young, as a brother is not, but brother is sure this is not easy at that time. It was not easy at the time.
Oh, I see. Well, actually, when I was young, somehow I was already quite religious by nature. I used to very fascinated with Buddhist scripture. So I used to study like the Amitabha Sutra, Dharani Sutra, which is the sutra that explains the Great Compassion Mantra. And I think I was just like that since very young. I think in primary school, my mom also found me very strange because when I go gardening with her and then she wants to put medicine on the slugs, you know, the slugs that eat the plants, I won't let her. Then she feels very funny why her daughter is like that. When I read the Amitabha Sutra, they were explaining in the sutra how, you know, good men and women who chant Amitabha name will be reborn in the Western Pure Land. And when I read that sentence, I realized that many people miss out the whole sentence. So people thought that, you know, just chanting Amitabha name, you can be born in Pure Land. But what is important is the word good. So if you are a good person, meaning you follow the precept with the right mind and you chant, then you can be born in the Western Pure Land. After that, I think my uncle gave me the Dharani Sutra, and it's a sutra explaining about Guan Yin Pusa's life and how she created the Great Compassion Mantra to save people. And if you take a vow on this sutra, meaning you take the 5 precepts and you chant the Great Compassion Mantra every day, so you can cultivate your mind, and I think you can also it can help with a lot of things. So at that time I felt very convinced, and then I just knelt down in my bedroom and took a vow on the sutra. So I took a vow to keep the 5 precepts and turn vegetarian. Then I just turned vegetarian. And then after that, I convinced my sister to turn vegetarian also. And I think my father was very angry. He was very angry. I think he shouted very loud at both of us because he's really a food lover, and he was very upset, you know, why his daughters cannot eat with him and all that. But we just we just maintain. We didn't want to change until I was older, and as I said, I always really wanted to do charity. When I graduated from University of Melbourne, and I joined consulting line. I was in Anderson Consulting, and then in the Boston Consulting Group. And you know, the BCG, the company charges very high, you know, so of course the earnings is a lot, and consultants also paid very highly. So at that time I spoke to my boss and then my colleagues, you know, why don't we start a charity fund? Yeah, so we created this project called Project Sunshine, which is a project that you know, we encourage all colleagues to donate monthly to this fund called Project Sunshine. And then the company does a matching donation. So it was a really good system, you know, and after that, when I went back to help my parents, I set up the same Project Sunshine in my father's company. And after I joined Tzu Chi, and I was so moved by Tzu Chi, so I decided to set up this same Project Sunshine in my current company for my restaurant staff. But this time, all the funds we collect is for Tzu Chi lah. So I think it's quite a good system. Maybe next time can consider entrepreneurs group whether any of Tzu Chi member want to do it. Yeah.
Wow, sister, you got so many more great insights. Never mind, we share under part 2. We will again.
Yeah.
Then we hear about this vegetarian restaurant, how progress and all this. Yeah, truly creating blessing is very important. I mean, this is under the compassion part. Okay, and okay, while waiting, I think Master Tefal not yet in. Is it in? Okay, you all let me know. Huang师傅，早上好。Okay, 感恩黄师傅 despite thick schedule, 师傅 still made it for us and always invite wonderful speaker to our platform to benefit us. Okay, with great respect, we wish to invite Master Huang to share. 感恩黄师傅。
Okay, hi, good morning, everyone. Special greeting. And I think the weather here in Taiwan is getting cold due to it's going to turn from autumn to winter now. So that I think I hope in Malaysia or in some other countries also have a good weather today, and also for our masters Shangren now today I think she was going to depart from Dalian to I think Taichung or Changhua on her tour. So anyway, we hope masters also have a pleasant tour during this time, the first of this year. So anyway, thank you for sisters Xiaojing always give me a chance to share some my personal what I have learned from masters. But to be honest, I'm so ashamed that I'm not as diligent as you guys, and can be like every day to have a joyful to sharing masters so-called is the teaching every day after every wisdom medal, and you all will always give encourage to each other. But anyway, I think thank you. Just I have some quick minutes to listen to Sister Honley sharing about how she adapted to become a vegetarian and how she promote for her program that she launched for herself. And I think our sisters are starting always this opportunity to invite people to share more, and so that we all can learn from each other's of their own experience. So nonetheless, and I think it's time for me to start my sharing today. But as we all from Master's teaching, or even for the Buddhism in the Mahayana, as we know that Buddhism, we always talking about the 6 profession, or we call the 6 paramitas, and which is very important for people who want to cultivate in a way not just to benefit ourselves but also to benefit others. This is the way for us to engage in cultivation, to learn to become a good person. And there's 6 methods. One of them must be important. We kind of lack of this is called the diligence. So I think the 4 parameters of diligence is also the central for everyone, must be upheld, so that without the diligence, I think the rest we can't action, because you can't do without diligence and to achieve the enlightenment. So today I'm going to share about what is called diligence for I have been doing that. I think maybe most of you, like me, we are at a childhood. We must have heard about the story, the classic story about the hare and the tortoise, which is there's one fast and slow for these two types of animals. So as we know, once there was a very speedy hare, which is he could brave from near and far, that he was faster than a car, or maybe faster than any other vehicles. So, but the lucky turtles will say to the hare, "Hi, why not we have a race and see who can run fast?" But of course, as we know that who will win the race, of course, the answer we might know. So as we know, for the faster hare, which is called rabbit, the speedy hare will feel very sure that he would win, since he thought that he couldn't lose the races, and he on the middle, in the middle way, he lay right down to take a snooze, and while the little turtles once inching down the road, and he passed by the sleeping hare, and then the rabbit was still keeps knowing and unaware that the plenty turtles was passing through the way on the final line. And of course, the determined turtles finally reached the finish line. And with the teaching that we not learn is about the truth is the slow and the steady will win the race, like the turtles. And what's going in the real situation? Do you think who is going to win the race for this turtles and the hare? Which one you think you were going to win? Yeah, and you have a look for this video clip, and the final decision will tell us that what you have learned from this video. Yeah. And the turtles still keep on going with one direction, while the rabbit or the hare is like, I'm sure what happened to the surrounding people look at it, and like, so I think this is the story is tells everyone that don't underestimate others easily, or from their action or from the way they walk. So, and the humility makes people progress, or the pride makes people fall behind. This is I heard from one of the articles saying. So I think important is like Master always taught us that when we to do things from down to earth, and not to give up halfway. This is, I think, what I have learned from Masters. Whatever she raised a mission for a volunteers to follow, I think she never give up in halfway. She will keep going, and no matter how much or how the obstacles, the problem, the methods that she faced to. So I think we must believe that it will be achieved successfully if we keep moving forward, and or maybe in the middle way we might do some changing, but if the changing is good, then it's okay. But nonetheless, it's like even though we stop in the middle of this project, but it doesn't mean that we are really behind achievement. It's just like we wait for the right time to do the thing. If we stop right now of this project, it doesn't mean that we will be lost. And if we keep having a right path on that, definitely one day we will continue to finish it. I think this is what we call is like diligence. Requires a goal to move forward. So as far as we have a right mission right in front of us or in our mind, so we need to follow. So I have learned from the masters. I always mention quite often about this story is the sleeping demon can result in attaining enlightenment. This is the Venerable Anuruddha or Anaruddha who was one of the 10 principal disciples of Buddha Sakyamuni, and have ever dozed off inadvertently during a public discourse of the Buddha. So upon seeing the situation, I think the Buddha gave him a teaching in no time and say, practitioners like you who allow yourself to indulge in the desire of sleep will easily lapse into animal realm and be reborn as sea creatures, such as river snail, mussel, or clams, and so on. So such a sleep will then last for thousands of years, in which the exact duration of the transmigration is not known before one can hear Buddha's appetite as well as listening to Buddhism. This is the animation of the words given taught by the Buddha to the Venerable Anuruddha during he was fall asleep while listening to the Buddha's teaching. So, but having liberated by the Buddha with this great mental state of Zen came into being, which make Anuruddha while simultaneously to practice diligently henceforth. So this is the reason after you get some teaching, and you will write immediately and to do some changing. So this is the story that Masters told us. But I just want to mention is like we all include me every time when I say I have obstacles while listening to Master's teaching, because while every day I do morning chanting, and after that I do some short meditation. But in this progress, I might already doze off and I might sleep. I don't know where I am, even though I was sitting right in the manhole. And I think my sixth consciousness, my ears and my mind was, going somewhere. And I think to be ashamed that I've been here more than 10 years, but to be honest, for me to be concentrate on listening to Master's teaching for the wisdom and down is very less. The chances for me to can be paying very high attention to Master's teaching in the morning is hardly always happen to me. Yeah, so I think that, but this is my own personal what we call is the study I have to overcome, and I have to always must try to get some alternative way. If I couldn't listen, pay attention on that spot, I think I might get some resources or some soft problem, like I have to read book, or maybe I have to re-download the articles that during the day what Master had taught. So if I don't pay time to rewrite or re-listen, it means the time is just off, and I just let it go, and I have nothing in my heart. So like today, because I want to do some sharing, I must be diligent than I was before. I have to put some time and make some effort to find some information to share with you. So I think this is something that if I have a goal, I will try to make it to be done. So I will have more patient and concentrate on doing that. So I think this is the same thing to what so-called is diligent, is that you must have a mission to do, and there's a timing for you. So I think everyone have their own method to overcome, to become a diligent, a bodhisattva, and doing Tzu Chi mission as well. So I think maybe they have some more interesting story for all of you. So nonetheless, I think, as I mentioned just now, sleep is one of the 5 desires of an ordinary person, include me, even though I've been renounced my lay life to become a monastic. But which is, I think this is like inborn, and it's something natural indeed, which is when I was, since I was childhood until I will become, teenagers, and I've been getting, the way to over 30 years and so over 40. So I think this is like kind of, it's my, I have to overcome my problems while, I've been carrying with me so long that, all those bad habits, and how can I, to overcome it. So, and I want to share with you a story that I read from Masters. She was mentioned, there was a volunteer who have ever actively and very diligent in Tzu Chi activities and in all sort of mission as well. So, but recently, this volunteer, he had been resting at home for a while due to some business. So he ever gained weight. So upon knowing this, our masters heard about this volunteer who would be, stop the Tzu Chi activities and put on weight. And masters say at random, and she on the spot to the person who write on her conference room, and masters may say that don't but we don't get fat. Instead, lost his wisdom life. So this is like the diligence is like must be parallel with we call blessing, and the wisdom must be parallel, or with a like line must be equal. So do you know why the temples? For example, like in a temple, the wooden fish, what we call is movie, the instrument, the Dharma instrument will be used in the morning or evening chanting services. Do you know what's the reason for this? Why we want to use this wooden fish as one of the Dharma instruments? And as we know, because no matter day or night, the fish will never close their eyes in water. So this is what we call is like this is why the what we call is like what we say is like we must to practice how to be in the Buddhism, this is the way to show us that it's a symbolized we must to emulate the fish spirit with like never take rest. I think this is I want to try. So I think this is why they want to use the wooden fish as an instrument, is like is symbolizing that we have to learn the spirit of this fish without taking rest. So 效仿鱼没有休息. I think this is one of the reasons. So and yeah, this is the uses to symbolize the diligence of monastic in the way of life. Yeah. So, and how can we inspire our diligence? I think I remember over 16 or 17 days ago, when Master was preparing to heading off her annual tour of this year's, and in the main hall, and Masters she gave a brief discourse to everyone and mentioned that she often held the concept of impermanence. And Masters she mentioned that because the time is flying, and she know I'm sure that whether where the life will last for, and the impermanence life. So she say, if we have the mindset, or we have the concept, or with the will of impermanence, then we will be more diligent. So now I have some video short clip on the day during what Masters talk to everyone. So if you have heard, but I hope you don't mind that you listen again what Masters was taught us on the day.
现在请大家请起立，请合掌。很快了，一年一度啊，岁末至福，一切年已经到来，所以这个时候开始行景，就是要岁末祝福的行脚出门来。这个时候总会想到，明告一切就是时日已过，一天天的过去，所以呢，年关就又到了每年的这个时候，总是要启程2个月。这一次是出去差不多要1个月，所以现在是长位了。等来后的会1个月啦，再几天呢又要出门，那表示呢，现在过年会就是要迎接过年，过新年啦。是否如果这么说，等来过1个月，那这个再出门是新的过年，能不能这样按照时间安排？是的，尽管有这样的安排，是否如常？是我心中一直都有一个无常观，我们人啊，要有无常观呢，才能精进哦。我们天天在管课的时候，一定会有时日以后命运水减啊，如少水鱼，是有可能。后面一句话是什么？当勤精进，身不放逸啦，懂勤精进，心不放逸哦。时间不要错过，分分秒秒要把握，踏踏实实。殷勤精进，还能了解不？那祝福大家哈，天天大家富好，祝福你们，感恩。
Okay, so as masters always mention, even though for the lunar month of 1st of 15th, from her master's teaching, she always mentioned about the admonition of Samatapatra Bodhisattva, which is a master's mentioned just now. The day has passed, our lives are shortened. Like fish running short of water, for what do we rejoice? Strive on diligently and vigilantly, as if putting out fire on the head. Be mindful of impermanence and be cautious of lassity. So actually, every day, if I went to the evening chanting service at night, we must, every time we will be chanting on this sentence, especially it's called be mindful of impermanence and be cautious of lassity. But for me, for myself, actually, I just read through and I never be comprehensive about this meaning. You know, it never came to my mind every time when the time passed. So, but not like Master, she will put into heart and she'll always remember what she have learned from the sutra text. So I found like, you know, there's far distance between my master, my mental teacher, and I'm follow as a follower. So what I have been diligent on that, actually I feel like I really kind of bit of time, wasting my time as well. And you know, I have like nothing keeping my heart of the Dharma, and I always leaking the Dharma and always forgot about to remind myself I have to sit the time and to learn more and to you know put in my heart and to be really can be how to digest all those the Dharma and put into action. So I think through the sharing to everyone or whenever I do some preparation for my sharing for the presentation, every time I do, I think every time is like a kind of tiny I think effort that I put in from the time passed through. But I think at least when I share to you right now, it's also remind me again. So every time, even though I forgot and I keep, you know, do presentation, do some preparing, and also keep reminding me again. So this is like and attend or enlighten is a long way for me and for all the practitioners or include the living Bodhisattva like you all guys. So I think this is a long way because we are ordinary beings and not like masters or the Buddha or Bodhisattva. They already attend the enlightenment and they are having a great while, want to return back to this Sahara to transform our ordinary beings. And I think this is their main purpose. You know, never stop endeavoring to keep teaching for us. So I think we as a disciple of masters, we also must have some improvement and progressive step that we must be every day. We should have some little bit in the you know having some progress for our the life of our value to do things while you know in the Tzu Chi activities. So I think as one of the article that I know that is recorded in Maitreya's Wow Sutra. There's also mentioned a story between the karma of Sakyamuni Buddha and the Maitreya Bodhisattva, 弥勒菩萨和释迦牟尼佛的宿世因缘. I think there's a story which is regarding the Maitreya Bodhisattva. Actually, he was originally developed his mind of the Supreme Way 40 kalpas earlier than Sakyamuni Buddha. He formed a great vow earlier than the Sakyamuni Bodhisattva at the time. But because Maitreya Bodhisattva is not willing to practice asceticism, but likes to practice the easy way. On the other hand, the Buddha Sakyamuni, he engaged in practicing asceticism and liked to practice the hard way. Because of his varying efforts, he surpassed Maitreya Bodhisattva for 9 kalpas, and he became the 4th Buddha in the sages kalpa. So this is also telling us, you know, we can be have some changing and transform our life if we are willing to be diligent. So who is a diligent person? Of course, the answer in our right now the situation that we know, masters is our role model, and I think not because of being busy all day or working long hours, like you always feel that, oh, I've been working so hard and, you know, I must take some rest. So if we have this thing mindset, I think we will be not get success because the hours that we rest is more than the hours that we put effort on work on benefit people, because our mind already changed our action, because I feel tired and my mind is told me that I need some time to rest and I have to stop the activities. Give me some breathing time, and I want to take a short break, and don't call me, and I want to stop for a while, and I this project is ask other people to do, I am not able. If you have this kind of mindset, first step for us to become lazy, and I think this is, I think, like the mention for masters just now, I think it doesn't because you're working so long hour is equally doesn't qualify as a diligent. But a diligent person like master will put her heart and the soul into work, and with that consistency of action that towards the goal, she will know how to make a direction for us, and she will, she have a mission, she have a goal, and she will, keep focusing on it and never change his mission or vision as well. So I think how to become a diligent, I think there's one way is saying that surround yourself with task-oriented people. It means that the people that you're associated and work with greatly influence your work and life. And to develop diligence, consciously bond with and surround yourself with people who are themselves passionate about work and strength themselves to give their best. I think this is one of the those just a few photos to show is just like for our volunteers. This is like why Tzu Chi is a team, not a per individual activity, because the diligence and the goal oriented people will set a high standard for themselves. So we will have a great strength, and so that we can work in united, and we can whatever we facing the problems, and we will have a team to help us to go over to overcome. So you will never feel lonely. I think this is very important. And of course, with a good team, they will always will encourage each other, and this is like they will have a positive work attitude to bound and to rub on earth, and never give up, and we will just try the best. So I think in the conclusion, I want to mention is like many people include me and you and everyone. I think most of us are not born with diligence, which is ingrained into ourselves. It need take time to practice, because it is not the inner, but I think it's like from the surrounding environment that we are encounter with the people. You have a good friend, and they would help you to pull you out and to continue to move forward to take the successful way. But if we made a friend which is like will pull us down, and like to do bad thing, and I think this is also not a good thing. So I think it can be a habit. If diligence, if you every day, you are, if one day give you a time to rest, and you will feel like, oh, I have nothing to do, it's so bored, and maybe you will have this kind of thinking. I think you are, congratulations, you've been a diligent person, because you always seize the time not to waste the time that you have. I think it can be a great habit that we can be try to cultivate this good habit, and which is will help us to able to finish our work effortlessly. So I think, and so that we can achieve excellence and experience remarkable success for everything, include the Tzu Chi mission, or include your own career or your own business as well. I think this is the mindset that that I think Masters always mention, if you want to believe that we will have a good future when we having belief that we will, after people pass away, they will have reborn to the 6 other realms, and which realms that you want to go for is like how we cultivate right now at the present time. So the last but not least, I think the more important is like I have to learn from you guys, because I always think that you guys, this group, this team, always so diligent, because we've been having this English sharing section for over, I think, 4 or 5 years, more than that. But every Saturday, you guys will always, no matter how many people online, but at least I always see the faces that I know that, or the name that are always came up with the name of you guys, and we listen to the teaching, and not only for this chat group, but I believe that for whatever activities, you all also will happily and joyfully to join and to do this Tzu Chi mission to make it successful. So I think you guys are my role model as well. So every time I feel like I have to work closely with you, diligent person, so that I never to be become tech lazy for my time. So anyway, thank you for listening, and I hope you enjoy your day, and thank you.
感恩黄师傅our master the Huang really very diligent. Huang师傅 is our real true model. That's why we are still very grateful that we can still be around here, because we have a great guidance and support from Master Huang and Brother Joe. Because of this strong pillar, that's why we are encouraged to stay constant, diligent. Very, very 感恩 for our spiritual benefactors. And same time, maybe we also wish to express our deepest gratitude to Brother Robert. Brother Robert every day will host our 破巡法香, means after 5:20 listening to Master sharing. Brother Robert, rain or shine, he will be there to host the session. Brother Robert is busy also still listening to this Dharma. So Saturday we have Hualien Dharma teachers to guide us, and every day we have, after Sangren guides us, then we have Brother Robert and the very diligent brothers and sisters joining us. Truly very grateful, because we are in this beautiful world of Tzu Chi. We have this chance to cultivate 感恩德华师傅. Today really very good reminder on this diligence part. Truly like this wow, I so must repent. I so didn't know that this is the admonitions of Samandata Batra Bodhisattva, because Master always talk about the day has passed or our life has shortened, like fish running short water. What do we rejoice? Every Luna. 我以为是上人讲 I mean, I thought of course it's 上人讲 but okay, it's from this Bodhisattva. They are truly very 感恩 benefiting us, and as well as Sister Hong Li, who has benefited us with her wondrous sharing on this Bodhisattva path, and great effort in promoting vegetarianism. Because Sister Huang Sư very busy, can watch the recording later. This Sister Hong Li, she even she has converted one of her non-vegetarian restaurant to a full vegetarian restaurant. And she's very active in 21 days challenge and Bento of Love. She always, she can transform many people because she cook very good food. Next time, the Huang Sư Fu, if can be here, we will bring the Huang Sư Fu to Sister Hong Li's restaurant. Okay.
One day will come true.
Yeah. The Huang Sư Fu came before to Malaysia, I think. I can't remember, a few years, quite a number of years already. Hope this will come true then, because it's near to Jing Si Kepong, that restaurant. Okay, everyone able to on your video, we take one nice picture with the Huang Sư Fu. And Sister Hong Li, our sharer today. Wow, good memory. I got Sister Effie for staying steadfast, diligent at YouTube site. Because we also have a group of YouTube listeners. Okay, Sister YY 感恩你哦。The Hospital ones we will unveil the latest sign language song, 千手观音. Inside the 千手观音 song, the last two parts there's a dedicated portion for Master De Huang and Brother Joe. Very grateful to our great benefactors for guiding us. 感恩 Sister YY for guiding us on this path, on this sign language side. 感恩 brothers and sisters for your great diligence. Okay, before we end, let us pay respects to Buddha and masters. I think we shall three sincere bow. Okay, first bow, second bow, third bow, and a bow to our beloved the Master Fu for always guiding us, encouraging us, and finding great speaker for us. 感恩师父，感恩的Master Fu. Okay, 感恩 for a great diligence. We know today Saturday is always very busy day. For those not joining the recycling, or we have a refugee home visit today. Today we have a few sessions. We have a veggie promo our every Saturday guided by Sister Happy. Then we have a refugee home visit, and we have sutra adaptation practice 3 to 7 because of December. So our side here we are also practicing, so we wouldn't be far behind from our Taiwan great Pusa. So we are doing twice rehearsal every week of every 1 weekdays and weekend. Weekend will be long, like 4-5 hours. So wonderful. We look forward to joining our Taiwan team and the 5 continents in December. 好，感恩。Okay.
感恩师父，感恩。You are ever so humble.
Yeah, 师父 is very
so humble.
Right.
Yeah, truly, you are our good role model, sư父. Always looking forward to connect with you.
Yeah, we look.
Yeah, hope we can see each other soon.
Okay, hopefully very soon that I can see you guys in the airport as well.
Yeah, true. We also hope to see
you guys must take some time. I think see whether end of this year or the beginning of next year. See whether you can choose one day for your vacation holiday to be back to aboard. And you really, I think you guys have to come back and see Master. I think. For this time I saw Master was outside, and compared to last year and last few years, her strength and her condition is really, I think it's like, as you always mentioned, that you never know when the impermanent life will come, but at least that you have to have a great while and come back and see Masters personally, not through the video conference. Yeah. Hope to see you guys in the airport.
Yeah, very Robert.
We will.
Plan one for the EG group. All of us go back.
We will. Yes, we will. We will definitely, surely.
Yeah.
Okay.
Everyone have a nice day.
Yeah.
Everyone. Take care. Stay safe.
Okay.